it wasn't a stupid conversation.
Right.
Too soon.
You know one thing on both sides of the football, at minimum.
The left tackle played bad. The right tackle.
Wait.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show that the pros watch. I'm James Brown, and we all know that we're taping this show on one of the most important days in our nation's history. Like you, we are all well aware of the significance, certainly, of Election Day. Democracy is to be cherished, and based on all of the record turnout prior to Election Day, we hope indeed that all of you voted. So, having said that, you know what? We know this is a football show, so we turn to football. Oh, by the way, Brandon is not with us. Is that why it's a little quieter right now?
But it's a normal set.
It's a normal set.
Only for a few seconds.
Only for a few seconds.
One receiver out, another receiver in.
And the receiver in
and
is.
we are here.
And who's the receiver that's
the
in?
playmaker.
In our production meeting, Ray was fired up having watched games this weekend,
and he
upset by the commentators and announcers and prognosticators, which is what Phil has been for years. Why?
Because you can't do it. Let me tell you, in 1996, my rookie year, Ted Marchibroda, rest in peace, he taught me something. You don't know what you don't know.
You don't know.
Right? And you listen to these guys. I had to turn off the television, literally, and go ride my bike. I'm like, how can you say that about a player when you've played this game
and know better?
And you know how hard it is to make it in this game, right? Did you see the Falcons beating Panthers? Did you have the Vikings beating the Packers?
No.
Did you have the Bengals beating the Titans?
That's
Did you
why
have the Dolphins beating the Rams?
So hard, NFL.
That's why it's
Any
so
given
hard.
Sunday.
And the only people that control that, JB, is the people that's in that locker room.
Right.
Coming down to Pittsburgh, Baltimore, it still comes down to the same thing. Who turns the ball over the less?
You bring up a great point, though, Ray.
Yeah.
People, and I try to explain to people all the time,
Right.
when you play a game in the NFL, the tension, the work, and all that goes up into the game, and when you win on Sunday, man, it's unbelievable. Man, we won.
Yeah.
And even when we're a good team, you're so excited because there's so much, and it's so hard to do. That's why it's a great game, because it's so dang hard.
Yep.
Pittsburgh Steelers, the Baltimore Ravens, I can't wait for the rematch just because it's a great rivalry. Two physical teams that play, they really kind of play old-fashioned football, which is kind of nice to see instead of, dinking and dunking and throwing all the little screens and stuff like that. And then the last thing is coaching. How important it is in the NFL.
Wow.
It takes good players and makes them stars. But Andy Reid, there's the Chiefs riding high, playing a Jets team that hasn't won a game, and you think they're down. I can see it on the field. They're down emotionally. 7-3, they're leading. 4th and 6, Chiefs have the ball. Andy Reid calls a fake punt. They get it. They go down and score, and the route is on, and the coach found a way to get his team emotional, and at the end of the game, great call by Andy Reid.
It is a great call. Ray, you started with we don't know what we don't know. I'm going to tell you something, man. What I do know is we don't give enough credit to the coach. That's a pretty good football team right there. And I can't wait to see what they do next week with your Ravens. That's an interesting game to watch.
You can't wait to see what they do next week. What does that mean?
I'm trying to get
What
you
does
out
it
here
mean, though?
with the Cowboys is what I'm trying to get you. And speaking of Cowboys, these refs, they have to do better at some of the calls that they are making. I saw something last night. Oh, we got Cowboy video.
Yeah.
I didn't know this.
Yeah. Fumble. That's a fumble, Michael.
Yeah, I know. And the play should have been dead right
How
there.
can the play be
5
dead?
minutes later, the ball's running down the field. 5 minutes later. That's
How can the ball be dead when nobody had control of the ball, Michael? Nobody did.
The ball came squirting out 5 minutes later.
Michael,
you think they just sat there for 5 minutes?
I could see it the whole time.
The whole time.
That's just a bad call.
We were all
It's just
watching the same
bad-
thing.
It's just a bad call.
Go ahead, playmaker. Take that blue handkerchief out your pocket.
You know
Take
what?
that blue handkerchief.
No matter what happens in life, you have to talk about the dang Cowboys.
No, I'm just. I was talking about the refs.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking
I know.
about the refs.
But the Cowboy game.
Cowboy video. They had a Cowboy video. That's all. And one last thing, the Giants. your Giants played pretty good last night.
I know my Giants, but go ahead.
All he has to do, Coach Joe Judge, all he has to do now, whatever team he plays, just put Tom Brady's face on the quarterback, and the Giants become a real football team. They looked like they could win the NFC East last night.
Worst call in football, tight end drops his head, corner just comes up and just and he gets a 15-yard penalty, and that's the game that we're in?
That's the game we're in now, Ray.
You know, we're going to get a cardboard cutout of you. When you're not here, we might do some things.
And I promise I will react differently.
So the country has spoken, and what they've said is less of us. They want more of the highlights. So turn up the volume. Here are the best in the business. NFL Films and Kansas City Chiefs quarterback Patrick Mahomes superbly providing the sound as he was mic'd up for the visit of the New York Jets.
Have you ever been on a show where you did not mention the Cowboys? Just a question.
I got to share this with Phil. Our producer, John Morales, said, it's got to be hard for Ray to watch these highlights. But I got to say, Steelers Nation, grab your terrible towels, Michael. This segment is for the terrible towel waivers. All right, with that in mind, I ask our excellent gurus, is Pittsburgh, are they at this point, is Pittsburgh the best team in the league right now?
I can't talk about Pittsburgh like that. Let me listen to Mike.
Are they the best team in the league right now?
Yes.
Hey, listen, I would take Pittsburgh right now over everybody. Maybe I'm going to consider Kansas City just because Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid over there. But I love what I see out of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
What do you
and they're
see,
one
Michael?
of the teams that can't. What they can beat you any kind of way.
Yeah.
They can throw the ball. They can run the ball. And this is what I really love, because I think if Ben gets this team there, it adds something to his legacy. We've always known Pittsburgh to be the running team with a great defense. Now it's truly Ben's team. He's controlling, and he has the receivers to do it. He got a great group of receivers: Claypool, Juju Smith-Schuster, James Washington. He has everything, and he's dispersing the ball to them all.
Yeah, he's done a great job. Listen, you said the proper word. When you a really good NFL team, a team that can go win the Super Bowl, you have to have more than one way to win.
That's
it.
It
Can't be, we're going to run and play.
Right.
So Pittsburgh can run, they can throw it, they got a good offensive line. You never know which wide receiver is going to be the hot guy of the day. That's for sure.
Right.
And the other guy that's improved so greatly for him, I think, is James Conner, the running back, because they're in the shotgun war, the spread, whatever you. Now you hand it, and he can see. He's that kind of running back. He's not the guy that stands behind the quarterback under the center because he doesn't see the defense well enough. And the last thing, all the guys that T.J. Watt, and we talk about all those guys, Bud Dupree, but the guys up front for Pittsburgh, Ray. Who would appreciate the guys in front of linebackers more than you? They have Cam Hayward step onto it, and they protect the guys in the back that make all the plays, and we got to give them credit.
Folks are leaned into the television. He'll answer you. Ask Ray, what does he think about the Steelers?
Yeah, I can't wait to hear his stuff.
I can't wait to hear what you think about the Steelers.
Come on, tell me, baby.
Look, the history of this franchise, it's rich, it's wealthy. Like, it's wealthy in tradition and how do you win? And Pittsburgh Steelers has always found a way to win, right? So you talk about all of the pieces that they have offensively and defensively. But listen, this is just me, right? Because I'm talking about the Thanksgiving night game where Baltimore has to go back to Pittsburgh. You talk about going into the stadium, and with them being this team, they gave up 265 yards rushing on the ground.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a problem, right? If you take one play, 2 turnovers, it's always the way Pittsburgh and Baltimore came down to it. You change that 1 or 2 turnovers, we may be having a different conversation right now, guys. So all I'm saying is, when you think about a Pat Mahomes and what Kansas City Chiefs has put together, Kansas City going into Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh going into Kansas City, which they do have to play each other, that's a different ball game. I think the Pittsburgh Steelers may be 1 or 2, 1A, 1B with the Kansas City Chiefs, but the Baltimore Ravens are still there because we're still one play
And you know
away,
what? Hold
guys.
on. You set that up really nice. I do want you to talk about Kansas City being able to get it done, but Mike Tomlin, how much credit do we give him
right
for what
there.
he's done?
Hey, I'm telling you, I was going there, JB. Mike Tomlin won last year, when he had Mason Rudolph and all of these other guys. They still put up a winning record, which is an incredible job. We talked about it when we were watching those highlights. How he said this team, we're a little flat. We're a little flat. You talked about the things Andy did to get his team going. That's what Mike Tomlin does. Now you give that Ben Roethlisberger back.
Yeah.
I said last year when those young guys were playing without Ben, I said this is a great experience for them. This is a great experience because when you play without your quarterback and then you get him back, you're like, oh Lord, I ain't gonna drop nothing. Just keep him right here, please. You know what I mean? It's a whole different thing, and it's showing up on the football.
You know, I think to have a great football team, the teams we're all talking about, the head coach has got to be special.
Yep, right.
He's got to have that quality to relate to everybody and communicate and really treat them all differently. Mike Tomlin does that. Somebody came into his office once. He says, Coach, if I get some yards rushing the last game of the year, I could win the rushing title. And he goes, did you walk in the front door today? And he goes, yes, Coach. He goes, did you see those Super Bowl trophies all sitting out there in the window? We don't care about no rushing titles right here. So, but Mike just has a look. I went to.
He's such a way of saying things.
I saw him 50 times in practice. Just everything about him, the personality of him, it goes through their football team, and that's why they've been so.
And he's handled it through some real ups and downs, nice and evenly.
Sure.
Hey, fellas, take a look here at Pittsburgh's remaining schedule. Give me your thoughts about what that looks like for you guys.
Wow.
Overarching thought, go ahead.
Baltimore.
Yep. But what about the rest of it? What about the rest of it?
Baltimore, maybe Buffalo. Right, Baltimore, Buffalo, maybe
Mike,
the hardest game.
You're talking about possibly, when you look at the schedule, there's a possibility this team has a chance at going undefeated here, Ray.
I don't see that.
I know that hurts you to the core, but it's a possibility right there, Ray, that Pittsburgh in your division,
I love you,
when you think it was all about the Ravens, the Steelers come in and take over and sit you down.
Playmaker, I love you and you're my elder, but be careful how you speak.
Phil, give us a closing thought on that.
That graphic, you know, I would think if the Steelers, if they fall apart, they'll lose too.
That's it.
You know, I think it's there. And I love how Michael goes into this other guy. Or you know, he just like changes his voice. What is that?
It's his television voice.
Is that the playmaker?
My goodness. Mike, have we seen anything like that in the receiver position?
Yeah, you saw that's an amalgamation of Julio Jones and Calvin Johnson all together right there. It's amazing watching him. It really is.
And he got the perfect name, DK Metcalf.
Would you like to have had him?
Well, yeah. No, because there was nobody like that around when I was playing in the league. But I would say this: Russell Wilson's going. Thank you, Pete Carroll, for drafting him.
No question about it. Hey, you know what? After much obfuscation, procrastination, and consternation, the time has finally come to vote. And that would be for our mid-season awards. Now, Ray has made it clear. All of America prefers to have sugar doing this, but we're going to be egalitarian. We spread it around. So let me ask for the first few. Mid-season awards, fellas. It might well have been this guy we just came off of. The most exciting player to you thus far is?
Oh, well, DK Metcalf has been great, but still, it's Patrick Mahomes to me.
All right.
Yes, he's a sideshow every game.
Thank you. DK Metcalf is the most exciting player in football
right now. I got to go DK Metcalf also, man. Just a beast.
He's a beast.
A beast. And I'm not talking about just running by you.
No.
He will run over you, through you, round you, whatever you want.
He told that DB, don't be going low.
Right. Come on up here now. Come on up here.
Mid-season awards. Hey, MVP so far to you is MVP.
I mean, Tom Brady's making a push here as of late, but it's still for me Russell Wilson right now.
You always starting this mess. It's Russell Wilson. You know,
Tom's making a push now.
I like
17 TDs and 1 interception since week 3. That's a pretty good push.
Calm your neck down, Michael.
Okay.
I like Russell Wilson.
But since week 3, we're talking about the season.
See, that's what I'm saying.
You can't exclude a couple games.
Right.
It's Russell Wilson. It's Russel Wilson.
No
Patrick Mahomes is right there still, too.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Russell Wilson has been sustained success personified. Okay, hey, before John Morales talks to me, we'll pick up the speed. Go ahead.
Okay, pick it up. Mid-season awards. Here we go. This is for you, Michael. Who's the Dallas Cowboys MVP?
That's messed up, yo.
That's really Dak Prescott sitting at home.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
Yeah, what you trying to say? Ain't no MVP on that team. Not on the field.
Here we go. The mid-season awards. Who's the loudest commentator on this show?
Michael Irvin.
And who else?
Brandon Marshall.
Thank you. Wide receiver.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Man.
Go ahead. Go one more.
That's it. That's all I got.
Oh, okay.
So far out.
Go, Michael.
Okay. Mine, mid-season award, Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the year.
Joe Burrow, come on.
Yeah, Joe Burrow.
How do you argue? The numbers are unbelievable.
Yeah, Joe Burrow.
Yeah, but Chase Claypool, I want to put something in there. The man has his team. Also, he's been a big part of an undefeated team.
I like
Joe Burrow is losing a lot of games.
Absolutely,
But losing a lot of games.
And you always talk about these
just trying to get a quarterback.
You're trying to give a quarterback.
Right, Claypool, they undefeated.
He's last in his division, Phil.
They
But wait.
undefeated.
Let's revote who's the loudest.
Hey, pick it up. Go ahead, Michael. Any others?
All right. Now, team most likely to break your heart. Team won't land in and break.
Look at it.
Michael.
Mine is always the Ravens. God darn it. They broke my heart Sunday. So.
Yeah, well, you know, living in New York here, it's been rough.
Yeah,
That's all you can say. But
you need a lot of hugs.
The Giants are they're playing just well enough to lose right now, but they're playing better.
Yeah.
Is that it for you, Michael?
Mine is the Ravens too. I'm going with the Ravens. Cowboys, the heart is crushed. It's not broken. It's crushed. It's rolled over. It's gone. So I'm moving on to the Ravens because the Ravens got to go through Patrick Mahomes and Ben Roethlisberger. Ray,
I told John we got to have Ray ask at least one. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're going to stop talking to me like that, Michael. Mid-season awards, best defensive player. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Man, that's easy.
Right now, Aaron Donald, he always jumps to my mind first about all
that's the guy.
defensive players.
Miles Garrett.
Miles Garrett, great year so far.
Great year.
Yeah,
TJ Watt.
TJ Watt's awesome. Good point.
Aaron Donald, easily for me.
Yeah.
Inside, get sacks from inside.
Let me give one more. The most pleasant surprise.
That you're doing well in this show?
Most.
Well, yeah, hey, Ray, if you're going to sit it up there.
Said do things in decent and in order.
I remember that. I heard that a long time.
Decent and in order. I'm going to hold my peace.
That's that biblical thing.
I'll just sit back and enjoy.
Welcome back to the Boom Boom Room. Phil,
I missed it.
I'm glad you're a guest. Glad you're a guest in the Boom Boom Room. Big props to Joe Burrow for getting it done against Tennessee. However, this week in the Boom Boom Room, we're going to take a look at my man, Lamar Action Jackson.
And why are we going to take a look at him?
Because all of
He's taking too much heat.
Yeah, people talking about what he's not this. He can't win big games.
Okay, let's don't overanalyze every position and every throw. But go ahead, Ray. Show us his first play.
Let's look at this. He's dynamic. He has a superpower. His superpower is his ability to get out of the pocket.
Right.
Watch what Lamar Jackson does right here, but watch the penetration that he gets, Phil, which makes him hold the ball, which you said.
Right.
There's a decision that he has to make when this play happens. Please run it.
As you run it, gets inside pressure.
He steps up. What's next, Phil?
Now, the big thing that I've noticed that he does a lot of, he takes his hands off the football in the pocket when he moves. And you think, oh, this is really easy to correct. It's not that easy. You just got to keep practicing and doing it until one day you fumble enough, you'll get over it. It took me about 12 years to learn it.
You told me it took you 12 years to learn that. And he's just in his third year.
It's instinctive for quarterbacks to just take their hand off and get ready to throw it, so he's got to get out of that habit.
Absolutely. Just got to have a hold on the ball. Let's go to the next one. Now, let's watch this one, right? Lamar Jackson and spread. Same formation. Let's watch what the Kansas City defense does against this. Now, you tell me if this is Lamar Jackson. Phil, run the tape.
Oh, this is Chris Jones.
Yeah, Chris Jones. Now, watch this play.
Okay.
I'm just saying, Phil, they keep saying that Lamar Jackson can't win big games.
Well, first off,
how do you win a big
in these big games and games like this, it is the Kansas City Chiefs, one of the best defensive linemen in the NFL, Chris Jones. But really, there's nothing you can do about that. It showed me that he trusted the pocket. He was trying to read the pattern down the field. Didn't have time. So
absolutely. Love it. Love it. Let's go to the next one.
Blame the tackle.
Now, this is one of those things. I've said it. Look, my career, I lived off quarterbacks not seeing me. Right. I want you to watch this play because the one thing he has to know, anytime you throw in this hash, there's always somebody lurking inside of here. And he never looked at the guy. Right. He never looked at the guy. And that's what I always wish the quarterback never looked at me. Because if he never saw me, I'm in that back window and I run right in front of it.
Well, this is interesting. So let's watch it as they come. Here comes a little.
Never look.
He's looking left.
Absolutely.
Turned and looked right. If we could run it back again real quick. We'll see it from a different angle. But here's what I like, though, Ray. He's looking left. It's not open. So instinctively, he knows his second receiver is on the other side. He goes to throw, and he just didn't read the defense.
Just didn't read the defense.
That was Spillane, the linebacker.
He made a great play.
But yes, that play did not bother me. Yes, I know you got to be perfect in the NFL now.
Yeah.
Can't never turn it over, but it's not a game of perfection.
Yeah.
And when he threw the ball, I go, well, I can see why. That would have fooled you because he didn't quite see the angle where the linebacker was to the receiver.
I've made many quarterbacks pay for that read.
Yes.
Trust me, I have. Now,
all right, this is a killer.
This is the play. I'm telling you. This play is designed for J.K. Dobbins to get an angle route.
Right.
If you watch this play, J.K. Dobbins is wide open.
Okay.
But Lamar has to hit him right now. Right now, and it's a touchdown. It's a touchdown, Phil. That's the decision, right? You said it took you 12 years to learn
some of those things, yes.
Right? A lot of these things, patience.
Patience is a virtue.
Patience in this game,
yes,
is what young players sometimes have to learn, and it takes them a very long time to get there.
Did you know did you notice what he did there? As soon as he didn't throw it, he went like this. He immediately took his hands off the football again. Look, to be a drop back passer in the NFL, Ray, you just need a lot of reps.
Yep.
And he is getting, I don't care what anybody says, I notice a difference in him reading defenses and making throws this year. Mm-hmm. Just keep getting these reps.
Absolutely.
And he can get better and make Baltimore even a bigger factor as we go down.
Let's go to the last play, right? Now, I'm screaming it's 4th down and 3, but I'm at home on my couch.
And you're yelling what?
And I'm yelling, oh, Lamar, draw.
Now, right? Why do you think it's a draw?
It's the simple. First of all, he's the best player on the field.
Right. Okay.
You put him in spread formation.
It's going to be about him.
And it's going to be about him.
Okay.
But I want you to pay attention to something. I want everybody at home to pay attention to something.
Yes.
Pay attention to 1, 2, and 3.
All looking. Running back real quick. Oh, here he comes through there. But even Lamar, no chance.
No chance.
Because we're talking about 3 good athletes, all with their eyes on him.
On one person.
Yes.
So if I'm going into that game, I'm saying 4th down and 3, Lamar Jackson is the only one who can touch this football. Yeah. So I need all us to come.
Yeah, but last thing, and I think you know too, just like you playing linebacker in the NFL, it took the more reps you got, the better you got at it. And that's going to be the same thing with Lamar. Let's just be a little more patient with him. And you can't be everything.
No.
He's dynamic. He can really run. He's good in play action. Well, give the drop back game just a little more time than the middle of his third.
Action Jackson will be just fine. Back to the highlights. Here's Dalvin Cook having a monster day for the Vikings at the Packers.
All right.
Phil, appreciate you.
Hey, that was good. That was good.
Hey, there's no question, if there ever was a day that players, coaches, and owners all around the National Football League, fellas, needed sage advice, this is it. So on this election day, we absolutely have to end the show with a deeply consequential question being asked by the entire country. Phil, how old are you?
Happy birthday!
I'm still
how old are you, Phil?
Hey, whatever it is, I'm still older than Phil.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. No, the old one. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
I like that.
Can you dance, Phil? Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I ain't gonna eat
Ray, would your system just explode, Ray?
Oh my
It's
God!
gonna ruin the whole show.
I'm sitting here waiting for this big question. How old are you?
I'm still way older than you.
Old enough to know better. Yeah, you are.
No
older
question.
than
Phil, how old are you though, for real, Phil?
I'm 65.
65.
What's wrong with that?
That's back in Moses' days.
You'll be there
Solomon.
one day.
You look great, Phil.
You look amazing.
Well, I feel awful.
You look great. You look great.
Well, thank you.
Great.
Hey, but you know what? Because we do have a regular partner on the show as well, too. He didn't want to be left out. Brandon sent in this special birthday wish for Phil.
Gosh.
Oh,
This ain't good.
How old is he? Phil, you getting old, boy. Oh, that explains a lot. That's why you have the big laptop out now instead of the little iPad or your phone for your notes. You need to see the screen. That's also why you're wearing the glasses. But, man, I love you to death. Happy birthday. Enjoy your day, man. You've done so much for this game. You've done so much for all of us. You've paved the way on the field and also in the booth and in the studio. So thank you. Keep inspiring us. Keep teaching us and stay young.
All right. Well, that was really nice of Brandon.
That was.
When he first started, I said, well, I'm going to get it.
Where was that
he
going?
finished it up nicely, so I'll let it go.
No, Phil, happy birthday, man. What are you doing for it?
Nothing.
Just chilling? Nothing.
Hey, that's
When you get to that age, just do nothing.
What do you want, Phil? Nothing.
Right.
Just I want my house.
Just go home and
That's
just
it.
sit home
That's it.
quietly.
No question about it. Why? You're speechless. You got to give us something. Say
us
something.
something.
What do you
Talk to her.
what do you mean? What do you want to
A
hear?
speech, whatever Diana would want you to say to her on acknowledging your birthday.
Well, she asked me, do you want to have a little get-together and party tonight? And I said, absolutely not. If I pull in that driveway and I see cars, I'm leaving. I want a nice, peaceful night. We have, between
That's what
grandkids
age does.
and everything else, we have birthdays like every week.
Right,
so-
Yeah,
right.
go ahead.
right.
You got the final word, Michael. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just saying, though, Phil smart. Phil knows, just like me. When my wife asked what I want, I said, I don't want you to take my money and buy me anything. Nothing. I want nothing. That's it. Need the money
That's
in the
terrible.
bank.
That's
Right.
horrible.
No.
It's okay.
Don't
But when you
want
ask your wife, what do you want for your birthday, what does she say? She's got a list.
She wants everything. It's okay. It's all good. It's okay. And I'll go get it. I'll go get it for her. Whatever she wants, I'm
Oh.
Hey, folks, that is it for us. We thank all of you for watching and tuning in to hear what the Blonde Bomber would have to say. We'll see you next week on Inside the NFL right here on Showtime.
Time.
Man, let me show the Phil, you didn't show the picture?
Huh?
Oh my God.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, yeah,
Hey,
right.
go ahead.
Oh my
Drop
God,
it.
y'all gotta show that pic, man.
what
You gotta get over the top and show that. Look at that right there. Oh, look at that right there, y'all.
Oh, nice zoom. Look at that, fellas. Look at that right there. Nice job, Phil.
Of his whole face.
Of his whole face.